and there is no report of about these videos. This is the proof that how this hurt the sentiment of the Meitei community. It says that I will kick you 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. I will kill you. I will do anything. This is what it says. Next. So this is the voice of the mother crying that their house are being burned in Chochampo. Please save us. There is no one to save us. So he was actually crying. This is on the 3rd May in Chochampo. So she was crying by seeing the house were burned even in the night. So this is how the violence was started. He says that there is no one to help the Meitei community. So there is no one to help here. This is the daylight. So in the Torung area, after the protest was organized in the Sorchampo, the thousands of people come forward with the AK-47 rifles and they started attacking the Torung area and Kambai area. And the person was saying that there was no one to save us. This is not a movie video. This is the real video how the violence started. It also says that police was not helping the Meiteis. They were not doing anything else. It says that next video. Look, in this video, they were saying that the police were not doing any action against the perpetrators of the violent attack. So they were saying that police was not doing. Look at these police commandos. They are not helping anything. But in this report, it says that the Meitei police. So they said that the state government and the police were helping the Meitei. Look at how 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 the police was helpless when the last number of people came and they attacked. Police was not doing. That is how the problem, the violence was started. Interestingly, there, the PUCL report, they said that their book was based on the testimonies given by the victim survivors. Interestingly, in this book, there is a chapter called the how the violence was started. Of course, they have documented about the 8 testimonies from the Meitei community, and all of them have clearly said that at around 250, they were informed that after the rally from Sosanto side, large number of people are coming, and they are coming, they are going to attack you. They were surprised. They did not know what to do. And then it is not very far from Sochampur town to this Tormung area, maybe around 10 minutes. So large number of people came and they suddenly started attacking to them. They did not know why they were attacked. This was testified by 8 testimonies in this book. And after that, in Phabakchau, another adjoining village, 12 survivors also said that they came and attacked at around 3 o'clock. But the book concluded that violence was started from Imphal. So that means they have already prejudice in their mind. They don't read about their book. They don't read about their testimonies. Rather, they only took the views from the other side. So we try to find out that why, from where they are taking this. There's only 2 statements in this book from the officer from Assam Rifle. In their testimony, the Assam Rifle officer said that violence was started from India. So that means we all know that the Assam Rifles were not neutral. They were actually siding to the Kuki armed militant and other. We all know that. But even in this report, Assam Rifle officer clearly said that the violence started from Imphal. So we suspect that probably they actually quote from the from the Assam Rifle, not from the survivor. That means they are not relying to their own documents. In fact, many of the testimonies of the Kuki people, they said that the violence in Imphal was actually started around 7:30 or 8:30. So one person said that they heard about the violence in Chochampur at 5 o'clock, and then 7:30, then people come and attack. So that is how, with their own book, it clearly testify that violence was started from Chochampur border with in Torbung area, Kangbai, but not from Imphal. But we wanted to ask a question that why they wanted to say that violence started from Imphal, just to actually demonize one particular community, that is Maite. This is one we wanted to submit to all of you in the first. Second, look, they are justifying in the book that the violence was actually because of the because of the burning of the tire in this gate, controversial gate. Look, this said that it was because of burning of the tire, but we only see that it is burning of the tire is an iron gate. So this gate is still standing right now. There was no actually, this gate, iron gate, could not be, destroyed by tiring wire. But they blame that this was done by the Meitei group. Nobody knew that who did that. Some other people also said that this might have been done by those forces who wanted to attack Meitei to provoke the Kuki community. Because this is not in Imphal area. This is in the Surchampur area where the Kukis are in majority. So we are still asking that how any person will go and burn. Even though if some people miscreant, anybody try to burn the house, they could have already filed a case with the police, but they did not do. Rather, they mobilize and then they come out and attack the toll room. So we actually suspect that this is not the reason for the violence. Maybe this is a pre-planned attack. This is a pre-planned attack. But unfortunately, in this book, they have written about that they have justified the violence. They have quoted the statement of the old tribal student Aksum's statement, try to actually justify that why the violence occurred. So they have written, they have not started from the violence, how the violence was started. So the problem where we actually identified that even though there are facts are there, they have interpreted to their own agenda. They have not actually interpreted with a honesty and the integrity. Rather, they wanted to fit the facts with their own agenda. That is why before they write about the violence, they have justified around 7 pages that why the violence was occurred. This is how it was started. So still, we don't know who has done. We still also don't know that who has burned this gate. This is actually nobody has done. Nobody has actually revealed the report about this. Who burned this gate? They are a rumor, but in this book again, it has said that the Arambai Kengol member and the police were standing. But in this video, nobody has seen because there was no report. If anybody coming and the burning, then somebody might have taken photographs or evidence or anything. They don't know, but only the community members were standing there. So we actually asked that for a proper investigation in this also. They cannot justify only in the name of burning this. That they cannot justify attack on the Meitei community with that. The, the question is, they have also written about in the book the number of churches were burned, the number of houses were burned, about the Meitei community and other. But they have not mentioned about how many temples have been burned, during the last 25 months. In fact, there are more than 175 temples called Umang Lai temples. It's a very important god for the Sanamai religion. 175 temples were burned down after the 3rd May. Not only after the 3rd May, before the 3rd May also, on 27 April, they burned down one big temple. Like the violence was already started from 3rd May, before the 3rd May. So they have started attacking. So now we will also show you a very important and very like I said video. That this video was uploaded in April 2021, before 2 years before the violence started. This is at the Kaugru. I would like to explain to the larger audience that the Kaugru is a secret place of the Meitei. We believe that the Meiteis are originated from the Kaugru, and Kaugru cannot be separated from our life, death, birth, everything, because this is one of the very important god. The place we worship, this Kaugru Hills, as our secret place. 2 years before Kuki, they have actually erected cross in that. This was not reported in the book. The Kuki groups, they have already started attacking multiple in our ritual and temples. Even in the 2015 also, they burned down Kundo Layambi in the protest against the ILP movement. This is actually uploaded by the Meitei population. Look at the Meitei are there, because this is not taken after the violence. After the violence, no Meitei are able to go there. But now, when they visited in the Kaugru Hills in the April, they have seen that they have destroyed, they have erected church. But this is not reported. This is not reported. It hurts the sentiment of the Meitei community. They have restricted the Meitei community to visit for annual pilgrimage. Like this is like Amarnath Yatra for the Hindu community. It's a very sacred place for the Meitei, but they did 2 years before. So these armed militant and the elites of the Kuki group, they were actually trying to provoke the Meitei sentiment for a very long time. But Meitei never actually tried to hurt them, because we believe that as a big brother, as a community, we always wanted to live together. But you will never find any case studies that Meitei burned down Kuki church before the 3rd May. Please find out. You will never find out, because we believe in multi-plural society. We believe in all the religion. We respect that. But what the Kuki did, what the Kuki elite and militant did 2 years before. So this actually, because of this, there are many Meitei who are actually love for their own religion. Everyone love. So they are actually hurt, and then of course some group of people like the Arambai Chengol, they started to actually protect the religious sentiment, or to protect the Sanamai religion, maybe around 2020. They blame that they actually in this book they only blame the Arambai Temple and the Meitei groups, but they never talk about the Kuki militants in the whole books. So that means they have selectively targeted the Meitei group, and they have selectively, consciously, conspicuously actually omitted the role of the Kuki armed militant group in this violence. This is one of the members of the Arambai Tengol leader. Look at this. Actually, he's holding bamboo. This is in the Favakchau village at around 4 o'clock. The Meitei did not have guns, because we have already demonstrated all of you that the Kuki were coming with AK-47 rifles, with the uniform. But the Meitei, this group, they were with bamboo. It hurts the sentiment, because we never thought that any community would have the courage to attack the Meitei, because we always have love, we always wanted to live together. But suddenly, when they attacked the Meitei community, people were going here and there trying to defend themselves. This is the pictures of the Fubak Shao. It happened around 4 o'clock. People were talking, they only talks about the looting of the arms in the Central Valley, and they are only talking about that targeted to one community. When the large number of people felt that we are under attack, then they need to defend themselves. Then how do they defend? How do they fight with the AK-47 rifle without with bamboo? Do they think that Meitei will die with the bullets of the AK-47 rifle? No. They don't know that Meitei is also a belief in the militia. They are the martial community. They believe with their own army. That is why the Manipur kingdom was able to defend for 5,000 years. They fought with Burmese. They fought with Chinese. They fought with any country as an organized military. But after the Anglo-Manipur War, the Des Manipuri army was demobilized by the British. And they have forgotten they are all concentrating on the religious life, on sports and culture. But no, Meitei are also have they are also the culture of like the military. So immediately within 2-3 days, thousands of youth have come forward and they are actually joining the Arambai Bengal and they defended money. That is how it was defended. When the it was not only in Chochampur area, it was also in Chochampur, it was also in More. More is the capital, More is the border town with Burma. And in the Kuki dominated area, in the night itself, more than 300 houses were burned down by the Kuki armed militant, and Assam Rifle members were in middle of the burning houses. They did not stop the people. The police did not stop the people. Not only that, in Kangpokpi area, Ikau, around 6 o'clock in Technopol, in Kangpokpi district, the last village, Meitei village in the foothill, it was attacked. So they attacked 4 districts in the Meitei area from there. They were not attacking not only the Meitei, they also already burned down 16 forest offices on the 3rd May. Why? This this needs to be answered. This needs to be understood by the people of this country and the media people that on the 3rd May they burned down 16 forest offices. It started from 11:30 in the morning. Then all the forest office in subdivision, forest office in the district, they all burned down. Why? Even in this book, one testimony clearly said that 3rd May protest was not only against the Meitei demanding scheduled tribe, it was against the eviction of the encroacher from the forest. Because we are trying to find out what is the anger. The anger was basically 4 reasons. Number 1, the government of Manipur actually they have evicted the encroacher from the forest, not only to the Kuki community but also all the community. In the last 5 years, they have evicted more Meitei. Meitei is the highest number of the victims of these evictions are Meitei. The Muslim houses were evicted, but Kavui houses were evicted. Not only the Kuki, but when the eviction comes to the place of the turn for the Kuki group, they said that they attack on the tribal rights. So that means we don't actually justify or deny. They might have some problem or any procedural lapses with the state government. We have no comment on that. But forest has to be protected. We strongly believe that forest is actually for the humanity, not for the Kuki, not for the Meitei, not for the community. Forest has to be protected. If there are any encroachment in the forest, then eviction is required. But if they have some problem, they can complain to the state government why they attack the Meitei community. Because forest eviction was not done by the Meitei, it was done by the state government. It was done by the state government. And state government is not only the Meitei. They are in this book, they always blame the state government, but they forgot to mention that in the Biren Singh cabinet, there are 10 MLAs supported them. There are 2 cabinet ministers from the Kuki community. But they always communalize the state government. They communalize the police in this. Of course, they have some problem with the police. Every citizen have every right to protest against the state. But why they attack the Meitei community is the bigger question. This is the bigger question. The government tried to actually identify the illegal immigrants who came from Burma, but they said that no survey should be done. They, some of the people wanted to actually, there are around 975 forests, new villages. They are applying for recognition from the government, from the Manipur state government. It clearly shows that new villages have been coming up in the last 50 years. All villages have been recognized by the government, but there are some procedures that new villages has to be recognized by the government. There are nearly 950 new villages are still seeking for the recognition by the state government. That means new villages are coming up, new people are coming up. Then it is the responsibility of the state government to actually identify who come from the Burma or Bangladesh or any other like foreigner. So this is also one factor that, and another most important factor is the government actually withdraw the suspension operation, SOO, with the Kuki Armed Militant Group. The government of Manipur saying that why the government of Manipur, government of India should have a dialogue or suspension operation with the militant organization led by Burmese. That there are two Burmese from Burma who is the leader, who was the leader of that organization. So government says that we should not negotiate or talk with the militant organization who actually is actually headed by the foreign national. The Amit Shah and the BJP government, they don't negotiate with the terrorist organization or militant organization, but why they are negotiating with that? So there are 3, 4 measures which the government have taken, and again another factor is war against the drug, war against drug. When the people of Manipur or government is saying that drug is problem for everyone, it is not particularly targeting to any one particular community. So, but problem is whenever there is a issues coming off of like illegal drive or trying to identify the foreigners or trying to protect the forest or trying to protect money from the illegal poppy plantation. Some elite group who are benefited from this, they thought that it is actually danger for the, and they decided to attack the Meitei community, and that is how the problem was started. That is the one view or reality of this, how the conflict was started. Even in this book, they have mentioned all these sequences. It's not that they have not written. They have written about the withdrawal of suspension operation. They have written about the eviction drive. But in the conclusion, they have not taken account of the views of the government. They have not taken account of the views of the communities. They have not taken account of the views of the other community. They only have taken account only what the sectarian forces or some community member are saying. That is also a problem. So that is how in this book they actually frame the context and what happened in a very different manner with their own prejudice. That is why this book became a problem. In another section, there is also a very important section called hatred campaign. But in this hatred campaign, the author of this book and the people and they have put all the initiatives of trying to identify illegal immigrants as a hate campaign. Say, for example, even the governor, Manipur governor visited Burma, visited in the border town, and there was a report that the governor was saying that there is also a possibility of illegal infiltration from Burma, narcotics, and the drug trafficking. That was said by a governor, but that was framed within the hate campaign. So this book says that the governor was saying official record with the official record as part of the hate campaign. Can you believe this? Can you frame this? They are blaming the government. The government have not taken any action. But when the governor visited Mori, and she said that there is always a possibility of infiltration from the border, because it's a porous border, and we have to take actions or measures to check the infiltration. And they said that it is a sign of a hate campaign. One tribal group, other group, also the one students group, like there is called five students organization, the MSU, MSF, DESAM, all the student organization, they have submitted a memorandum to the governor and saying that there is a, because there war is going on in Burma, and so there is a possibility of infiltration or the other people coming from the border. Please check the memorandum, but that also put within the framework of the head campaign. Whatever initiative to check out with under the constitution mandate to identify, can it be as a part of the hate campaign? But they have written in this book within the context headline of hate campaign. So that is why this book can only be framed with a prejudice and politicized mindset. I'm sorry to say that there are around very prominent people in the panel member. These are one of the most respected anthropologists, retired Supreme Court judge, professor from the Delhi University. Very respectable people are there. But why they have done such kind of blunder in this report? Why they have not checked it? So it's simply like, that they are actually doing some kind of hate campaign, against a particular community. Again, in another fourth framework, I will not elaborate. I think that our sister Elizabeth will highlight. Even in the report, there are around 17 images of atrocities committed by the victims of the Kuki victims. Their photographs are being published here. So it is, but there is no any photograph of the Meitei victims. For your own record, 180 people have been killed and 34 people have been missing. Where they are? They are not killed by Araba Jango. They were killed by the Kuki militant. But there is no report about that. There is no photographs about that. Please show some of the atrocities the way Kuki militant have committed against the Meitei. We don't want to show this, but we have to prove that the Meiteis are equally victims of this war. So these are the pictures. They kill and they release the photograph to provoke the Meitei community to continue the war. And no report, no photographs in this book of this page number 692 page, not a single photograph. And they have written about yes, of course, we feel the pain of being any Kuki civilian being killed in Imphal or any places. But this report, this PUCL and all the panels, they are not part of the conflict directly. They are the neutral people. The People's Tribunal, independent. What is the meaning of independent? People's Tribunal. So independent People's Tribunal is supposed to be an independent mind, just to try to find out how these two communities are fighting, killing each other, how this has been going on. It is not that only around out of 60,000 people living, languishing in the relief camp, only Kukis are there. More than 20,000 Maitis are living there. More than 5,000 houses have been burned down. But they don't actually put all these things. So that is why we are saying that it's a one-sided narrative. It's a one-sided narrative of the report they are being published. In another important sector, he also wrote about the theory that the only tribal community should have the exclusive ownership of the 90% of the Manipur land. For the viewers in this home, like Manipur is a hill state. It is only valley part is a central valley. Central Valley is only 2,000 square kilometer, and the 20, out of 22,000 square kilometer, 10,000, 20,000 square kilometer is belong to the hills. And Central Valley, Imphal Valley is in the middle of the seven mountains. Chochampur is not hill. Chochampur town is a valley. Out of 2.7 lakh population of Chochampur, 1.7 lakh population, two-thirds of the people live in the Chochampur Valley. So it's not about valley and hill versus. And all the hills are not only for Kuki inhabited, the Nagas are more inhabited. But in this book, they don't understand that whether the Kukis are, all the hills are for Kuki, but they are all equally saying that the hill is also like as ownership is only for the Kuki tribe. It's not. As we said that Manipur lived, when Manipur was living as an independent country in this kingdom, there was no word tribe or non-tribe because these are new terms. These are the new terms actually imported by the British, tribe and non-tribe. But earlier, the Meitei have been actually dependent on the forest. Like for example, the gas, the cylinder gas, cooking gas, it's only inventions of maybe 10 years or 20 years. But last 1,000 years, we depended on the firewood from the forest. So Meitei is the only community they honor the forest, still preserving. They respect the forest, they pray the hill, mountain, river. The Meitei is that the Sanami religion, that is the kind of community. But how can they actually try to restricted Meitei only in the Central Valley? It's not possible. So this law, the British tried to divide hill and valley, and the Indian, after the post-independent India also, they actually, instead of trying to, bring equality, they have actually laws for hill and valley. In fact, the Manipur is a hill state. So, and then it cannot be said that the hill area should only be for the tribal and the Kuki. But this is indicative of saying that the hill should be only exclusive for the tribal Kuki. Then it is a blunder. It is a blunder. It actually gives some kind of insecurity, and this is something that the problem lies. Not only that, there are many lacunas, the framework, the methodology, like they try to justify the violence by saying that the Meitei community said that all the Kukis are foreigner. No, never. The Kuki who lived before 1951, they were very much part of Manipuri society. They quoted from the Facebook comment to prove that the Meitei thought that all the Kukis are foreigner or narco-terrorism. No, narco-terrorism was used only in the context of those armed groups who had taken arms and they wanted to make a separate administration or union territory and attacking the particular community. And they involved with the narcotic drugs and so they are the group. So war is between. We don't think that every Kuki is narco-terrorism or a problem because there are Kukis who have been living in Manipur soil and they love Manipur as much as Meitei love. So this is where it also proves that in recent time that there was a meeting in Imphal, the people wanted to come back, live together, but the report doesn't need to reflect on this. So with all this important basic framework, this books actually it's like written based on the one-sided, biased, politically motivated books. That is why we call that the PUCL should withdraw this book and they should make a public apology to the people of Manipur because this is a time that every community should together and for reconciliation and peaceful dialogue and not justifying and projecting one community as a perpetrator of crime and one community as a victim of the conflict. So this cannot be acceptable. That is the first introductory remark from my side. I would like to invite our sister Elizabeth. She is also the women rights activist. And I missed to mention one important fact that when there was a tribunal held in Delhi by the PUCL, so with DMCC has submitted a lot of documents to them, and I also spoke 1 hour, but all our statement was overlooked. Only few things have been taken up, but our documents, our measures, our photograph have not been considered. So this is also an insult, and this is how it actually clearly shows it's a one-sided thing. Because I'm witnessing, I spoke for 1 hour in the panel member, and we have submitted the documents of the temples being burned. There was no. So with this word, I would invite Madam Elizabeth. She's a women rights activist.